Physics has spent centuries mapping how clocks behave, yet it struggles to answer why time flows in one direction, or why it exists at all. Sir Isaac Newton treated time as an absolute background structure. In his equations, it is a uniform, invisible track that allows events to happen but remains untouched by them. Albert Einstein folded time and space together. His equations treat time as a geometric dimension that warps and stretches near massive objects. Quantum mechanics retains time as a simple external parameter. It tells us how a wave function evolves, but it does not assign an operator to time, leaving its strict forward motion completely unexplained. Classical mechanics, relativity, and quantum theory all accept time as a given. They measure its passage, but they leave the origin of the clock itself entirely blank. In 1958, Soviet astronomer Nikolai Kozyrev proposed a completely different approach. He developed causal mechanics, an alternative model designed to explain what time actually is. Kozyrev argued that time acts as an active physical substance. He calculated what he called the course of time, assigning it a specific speed of roughly 2,200 kilometers per second, characterizing the rapid transition from cause to effect. He claimed that this physical flow generates specific asymmetric forces. When a macroscopic body like a gyroscope rotates rapidly, Kozyrev believed it interacted with the course of time, producing an upward force counteracting gravity. Commissions at the Pulkovo Observatory tested these claims in the 1960s and concluded the measured effects were at the limit of experimental accuracy. The academic community largely dismissed the theory as unreplicable. Although the literal substance theory failed, Kozyrev's core attempt to link rotation and causality with physical forces mirrors the modern discovery that time arises from cyclic, asymmetric processes. The observer-dependent theory of everything, or ODTOE, describes time as an emergent byproduct of the universe mapping itself. The self-observation loop forces infinite potential states into a finite, actualized configuration. Projecting infinite space onto a finite one permanently loses information, making the action irreversible. Every complete revolution manufactures a single discrete tick, meaning the observation itself generates time. The arrow of time is not a result of early cosmic boundary conditions. It is the strict structural consequence of this mathematical projection. Reality cannot be unobserved. Describing reality requires describing the description itself, creating infinite regression. Because total coherence is unattainable, the observation loop never perfectly closes, creating a spiral. This spiral has distinct asymmetry. Projecting infinite potential requires more work than returning it, making forward action outweigh the backward. This discrepancy in duration dictates the direction of the rotation. The excess forward phase physically winds the universe's observation cycle into a strict left-handed geometry. In 1957, physicist Chen-Xiong Wu demonstrated that the beta decay of polarized cobalt-60 violates spatial parity. Her results proved that the weak nuclear interaction intrinsically favors a left-handed orientation. In the Standard Model, this left-handed bias is accepted as a given. In OTTOE, the universe's physical left-handedness and the forward arrow of time share the exact same origin, the asymmetrical spiral of actualization. The OTTOE formalism validates Kozyrev's early instincts. Time is indeed an active participant in cause and effect, and its progression is mathematically tethered to rotation, but it replaces his continuous, invisible substance with the discrete mechanics of self-reference. Time is derived from the structure of observation itself. Because the loop's phase advance is dictated by pi, its closure is inexact. Every revolution sheds an informational residue, the physical access of an imperfect return. This generates a physical duality. The accumulation of the loop's rotation provides the parametric count we recognize as time, while the informational content of that same rotation manifests as the physical neutrino. The cosmic abundance of relic neutrinos, roughly 336 per cubic centimeter throughout the universe, indicates that these acts of reality constitution are happening continuously across all scales. Time is the permanent exhaust. It is the spiral wake left behind by a universe locked in the endless process of observing itself.